Today's customers are the most sophisticated, well-informed decision makers of all time. As a result, your approach should be one that builds and nurtures relationships well before the customer is even in market for a product or solution you offer. This is called social selling, and it's critical to your success. Welcome to our social selling program. This series of videos will walk you through the process of social selling, from a basic understanding of what it is to a more detailed step-by-step guide to put the process into action. You'll walk away knowing how to shift your selling into social mode, and you'll be ready to start exploring ways to use social media channels to do so. Let's get started. First, let's cover some basics. Social selling is the process of utilizing social media channels like LinkedIn and Facebook to nurture relationships with customers and prospects. But nurturing relationships is nothing new. People do business with people, not with brands. And selling always comes down to trust and relationships. However, the tools that we use in social selling allow you to target and engage with prospects in ways you never could before. With social selling, you now have the opportunity to leverage your social profiles and all the target marketing power behind them to help others and share your knowledge and expertise. And all this while promoting your company's value proposition to the right people at the right time. Now that you know what social selling is and how it will make you more successful, here's what social selling is not. It is not an instantaneous lead generation machine, and you shouldn't think of it as direct marketing like direct mail or email marketing. Social selling is selling, not marketing. Yes, you will get positive results like leads and new customers, but they will come with time and effort, just like selling. If you try to approach social selling as you would direct response, simply won't work. The reason it won't work is because these methods are often aimed at the now buyer. This is the person who's actively searching for a solution you can provide. Now, typically, less than 15% of your contacts are now buyers of what you're selling. Remember, today's customers are incredibly well informed. They take the time to research several products or solutions before picking the right one. So if the goal is to engage a greater percentage of customers, a buy now approach to prospect engagement will only tune out and turn off your connections. The goal of social selling is to meet people before they're in market and offer guidance and information that will help them with their decision. Just think about this major shift in selling for a second. Instead of waiting for customers to seek out helpful information to guide their purchase, you, the seller, are the one providing that helpful information. When the customer is ready to buy, you've already established a trustworthy relationship. They know you, and people would much rather buy from someone they know and like. Think of it this way. Social selling is really all about turning strangers into friends, friends into customers, and customers into evangelists. Now that you know how social selling differs from traditional selling, let's examine the steps in the process. We start off turning strangers into friends by simply meeting people where they are. Social media makes that easy. The best way to approach this is the same way you might approach it if you were meeting someone new in person instead of online. Maybe you're connected through someone else in your network. Maybe you share common interests or hobbies. Either way, you're connecting with people who may need help in the future. Once you establish the connection, the next step is nurturing that connection by delivering value over time. There's no traditional selling yet, and for the most part, not even direct ties to your business. Nurturing is simply about maintaining that initial connection through occasional touches. Now, on social media, that means sharing an article you found interesting or relevant, commenting on someone's post, or answering a question. Next comes helping. In this stage, you provide real assistance to someone who either has a business problem to solve, an opportunity to exploit, or has a need or desire to satisfy. Someone might ask, where's the best place to stay when I take my family to Disney World for the first time? Maybe your family loves going to Disney and you know all the ins and outs. You're not selling Disney tickets, you're just helping out one of your connections. Notice that you're still not doing what you might call traditional selling. You're not pushing a particular product or service, you're building a relationship first, because the connection you're making probably isn't in the now buyer stage yet. It's not until we get to the fourth step that we move to something resembling traditional sales. The fourth step is proposing. If it turns out your prospect is looking for something you provide, you can propose a solution by connecting your company's features, advantages, and benefits to the problem or opportunity. After meeting, nurturing, and helping, the buyer will feel comfortable enough to reach out to you asking for assistance. The trusting relationship will have been established. Once the connection has been established and nurtured, now it's about turning friends into customers. Closing is making the sale by addressing the best options for the buyer and providing the proof that your solution is ideal. Traditional selling is fond of the acronym ABC, always be closing. But in social selling, closing is just one of 5 steps along the buyer-seller journey. We've covered the basics of social selling and the tactical steps in the process. Now we'll cover the benefits. Social selling enhances your own personal branding and sets you up as the subject matter expert. Remember, most of what you're doing is providing value in the form of education and information. This proves you're knowledgeable in your field. Social selling passes credibility onto you as a trusted resource. In the same way that you might refer someone to another relevant solution provider, someone in your network will connect a prospect to you. Social selling makes it easy for you to stay top of mind with decision makers by having something to share on a consistent basis. You wouldn't cold call someone every day. However, you could easily share an article on Facebook or LinkedIn every day. Social selling increases your visibility with customers, prospects, and internal stakeholders. The more valuable information you provide online, the better the chance that a potential buyer will find you online. Social selling influences a customer's beliefs about the best way to achieve their goals. Remember the social in social selling. As a trusted resource, you are now influencing and informing the purchase process. Finally, social selling helps with your career advancement. It's no surprise that companies are looking for sellers who have social media experience because of the vital role it plays in today's marketplace. We encourage you to complete this comprehensive video series and put these principles into action as soon as possible. Your customer is already there and waiting for you. He needs your help and is anxious to benefit from your knowledge and expertise. Getting started now will give you a leg up on your competition who's still trying to figure all of this out. Finally, nurturing relationships online takes time. So the more you delay, the longer you'll have to wait for the payoff. As you've learned, this video series is designed to give you the information you need to successfully engage in social media. Now that you have an overview of how social selling works, you're ready to dive into the real strategies behind it.